Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Bless up, fam. What's the word? Got a track from my brother Bronze. Yo, I don't know. I guess I ain't downloaded all the way, brother, but that deal was rocking. Bang, bang, bang. And dig. What's going on, family? Y'all see the titles to create exclusive to Israel or their prophets of other nations. Create a gang in the building. My baby Judea in the building. Bless up, baby girl. What's the word? Yeshaya, my dirty South brethren. Bless up. Venetria's long East Side. Bless up. Dreadful Cosmon, the Cali Connect. Bless up. Yosef the Nazarene, my DC brethren. Bless up, bless up, bless up. What's the word, family? How y'all doing? All praises and great glory. All praises and great glory to the Most High, the ever-present Creator that always was, is, and ever shall be. How y'all doing on this so-called Sunday? I see y'all tapping on in. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. You know, thumbs up or thumbs down. Get them algorithms popping. All praises. What's the word, though? I see everybody tapping in. Tap on in. What's the word? What's the word, family? All right, now look here. Let me share this too with y'all. Y'all tap in on the channel in a couple more hours. In about 5 more hours, I'm going to have my brother Daryl Cosmon on. Let me go ahead and get a flyer popping for y'all real quick. Let me see what that's at first. Before I get to sharing everything. There it is right there. Cal P called me. What's up with the live, bro? All right, let me share this with y'all real quick. In about 5 hours right here on HonorandHumilitySTL. I got my brother Daryl Cosmon coming through to drop some science. Drop some science on the channel. You dig? Or what we like to call realism. We ain't scientists, we realists. Right there. Daryl Cosmon presents I Am the I Am, the reality of sky, earth, and spirit, hosted by yours truly. And that's today at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. East Coast Time. Y'all tap in. Y'all tap in with the bruh. Y'all know anything about bruh? Bruh is a monster when it come down to certain information. You dig? Including this whole this area of science everybody calls creation. You dig? Yeah, tap in with the brother. I'm trying to get him out right now to go ahead and get his own YouTube channel popping. You feel me? But mainly, if you know the brother's on Facebook right now doing this thing. For those of us that know, we bid you and your family nothing but love, Daryl. Keep it coming. You know what I mean? Keep it coming. You dig? Look at Dre. Look at yeah. I just seen that. With UPK and IUIC. That ain't the worst you're gonna see, man. That ain't the worst you're gonna see. Shout out to everybody in the building. Bless up. Yehuda Israel, Shalom, BC in the building. Lamont Williams. But y'all see the title though. I'm pretty sure it's thought-provoking as usual. You know your brother. You know what I mean? When it be going too, you know, when it can start getting too dry-eyed, you know, you be having to drop a bomb in the midst of everything, get it cracking. You dig? So yeah, just some thought-provoking, information to challenge you, to make sure you ain't settled on your leads, you know what I'm saying? All praises to the ever-present Creator. My brother DC Sniper, YAH'KI in the building. Hey, abundant healing vortices upon you and your entire family, my brother, upon your newborn child, all your children, your wife, Bree Mac. Let her know Creative Gang praying for y'all. You dig? And rejoice and believe, YAH'KI. Rejoice and believe, YAH'KI. Believe that. Know that. You know, and focus on the outcome you want. That's what we get. No matter what nobody got to say. It don't matter what no doctor got to say. Focus on the reality you want. Go get that. That's it. We go get what we want. Right? You see it, feel it, know it, go grab it. Watch it manifest. You understand? Man, we serve a mighty creator, and that's an understatement, bro. Marvelous, you dig? So, yeah, man, healing vortices, healing prayers out to the family of YAH'KI Maccabee, the DC Sniper. Hey, but look, I already told you, bro, we gonna look back and laugh on all this and be like, man, you dig? We're gonna laugh about all that and give proper praise to the Creator. And guess what? Strengthen those behind us. Strengthen those behind us that may be going through. I done been there. My baby girl, my baby girl in the chat right now. I done been there, huh? You dig? And look, that's 14 years ago. You see what the Creator has brought. My child, she's in the chat right now under the name JoJo. Right now. You dig? And I ain't care what no doctor had to say. Let them tell it this little girl would have been a special needs child her whole life. And man, look. There she go right there. That's baby girl. You know, she got a baby picture up. Well, when I tell you this girl is dealing with the ELA and all that, man, Reed, she ain't even in high school. She be in high school in what, fall coming up. She already getting registered with the ELA on the 11th and 12th grade level, bro. In the 8th grade. They said she was finna be dumb, fluid on her brain, special needs, limping, you know, all that Millie mouth shit. Now, man, in my mid-20s, I checked it. I ain't hearing none of that. I serve a mighty Creator. What are you talking about? You dig? And look, and that was during the swine flu. So everybody in the hospital with masks, getting vaccinated. I refused the vaccines too. You see that? Man, look, Creator's marvelous. Ain't nothing you can't have. You look, whatever you want in righteousness, you get that. Get that. And that's living proof right there. That's living proof right there. So, man, we serve a mighty Creator, brother. I'm with you. We with you. We stand in the gaps. You dig? And when it's all over, said and done, we got more hurdles to get over. We got more mountains to climb. You understand? But it's nothing like knowing Creator's with you. My brother Daisy in the building. What you talking about? What you talking about? I remember Daisy reached out to me. Child, fine now. What you talking about? We serve a mighty Creator, boy. Mighty Creator. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Salute. Salute the real ones. But yeah, so y'all tap on in. Hey, remember, keep all of our loved ones, man. Keep everybody in them prayers. Keep them prayers vibrating. You did? Keep them prayers vibrating. And stay righteous and positive about what it is. And watch your maker go to work, boy. All right, so look, in about 5 hours, we got our brother Daryl Cosmon coming on, bringing the I am, the reality of sky, earth, and spirit. Hosted by yours truly. You know what I mean? Y'all tap on in about 5 more hours. I figured I'd jump on here real quick and you know, talk about a little controversy. For us, it ain't controversial, but you know, talk about a little controversy. You know, it's always good to keep the sword sharp. My brother T Brew in the building. Talk to my bro for the first time, boy, in about a good year or something, boy. Talk to my brother, man. My brother called me up the other day, boy. Excellent hollering at you, T Brew, Ben Israel, my brother. Believe that, know that, man. Blessings to all in the chat. Good to see y'all. Yeah. Daryl, you got to come on outside with all that light tonight, boy. Y'all support our brother, man. You're a good brother. Sincere brother. Blessings to your family, all right? Blessings to your family, all right? So, all right, look, let me go ahead and pull this on up. Enough with the yakking. Let's get to it, all right? Let's get to it. All right. Let's go ahead and show this. Where am I getting this from? Here you go, always stirring something up. Why you can't just go sit down somewhere, Maccabee? Man, I've been getting calls from brothers down there snotting and crying. Brother, I'm hurt. What's wrong, man? Man, what you on now, bro? It's heartbreaking. Man, come on, bro. Stop crying, bro. Come on with it. Let's open up these swords, put these swords on the table and get it cracking. What you mean? According to y'all, I lost a light a couple years ago. And obviously not, though. Let's get into some of this, man. Hold on 1 second. Cats is crazy out here. Man, this new stuff. And I brought up health and, hey, man, get up off them animal sandwiches a little taste, bro. Then damn, I start foaming at the mouth. And I'm hurt, man, I used to have love for you. I'm like, this brother speaking past tense on a brother. Dang, used to. It's all this used to stuff. Man, offended at the all this light coming out over this way. Brother's offended. Like, dang, man. It's like that. Bro, it's like that. Dang. I used to had love for you. I was like, bro, I still got love for you. Still got love for you, bro. It's a problem, man. All right, first I want to go here, y'all. If y'all that don't have it, excellent read. We dropped this in Israel probably like 2 years ago, where everybody and their mama got the millie mouth. Pissed. Y'all heard me? Pissed. All right. Bang. Pull this back up real quick. Bang. Roll start millie mouthing. You be like, boy, what is wrong? Let's sit on down and get some understanding, though. Well, you can relax, brother. Ain't nobody over here satanic, Luciferian. That ain't going on. Relax. Nah, what it is them understanding being challenged. You realizing that what you thought was 100% solid truth ain't necessarily there. So naturally, you start short circuiting, getting mad, and damn, they wanting to curse people you call your brothers, and you know what I mean. We've seen it all. You know what I mean. So look at this right here. This is what I want to go to. This chapter 46 of the Nazarene Gospel, the Gospel of the Nazarene, or the Gospel of the Holy 12. All right. Transfiguration on the mountain, the giving of the law. I'm going to jump down to where he starts giving the law. All right. Right here. So at verse 7. All right. Trip off this. And Yeshua said unto them, behold, a new law I give unto you, which is not new but old. Even as Moshe gave the 10 commandments to Israel after the flesh, so also I give unto you the 12 for the kingdom of Israel after the spirit. For who are the Israel of God? Question mark. Even they of every nation and tribe. Even they of every nation and tribe who work righteousness, love mercy, and keep my commandments. These are the true Israel of God. And standing upon his feet, Yeshua spake, saying. So that right there, when that came out, especially coming from a brother such as myself, you dig? That was almost like a megaton bomb dropped in Israel 2 years ago. Men got to cursing me to no avail, holding panels. How much he niggas held a 20 brew panel on me. I said, well, these brothers just set the Sanhedrin up on a brother, man. These niggas was offended. Because that does something for you. See, now you can't be exclusive. You can't run around here with the superiority complex or the little man syndrome, Israel. Can't run around here in sippy cup status anymore. When you realize the next man, woman, or child from another tribe has just as much access to the Creator as you, sit your ass down somewhere. See, from there, all we discussing from there is behavior then. You got to go back over that. You got to go back over that. You feel me? So when we bring that out, they like, oh no, see, because it takes away from the superiority complex. It takes away from you believing you better than everybody else. Once you feel you superior, then that leads to, all of the crimes against humanity, and you using it as race bait and concocting or cooking up your little theories about who you think is superior and how the races of men evolved and whatever you got going on. You come with your racist science, eugenics, and all type of madness. See, you got to take that up off the table once it's understood that even they of every nation, and tribe, that takes the tribal warfare out of the picture too, who work righteousness, love mercy, and keep my commandments. These are the true Israel of God. And standing upon his feet, Yahshua spake, saying, Hear, O Israel, Jehovah, Yahweh, thy God is one. Many are my seers. Look at that. Many are my seers and my prophets. In me all live and move and have substance. Y'all hear this? That takes away all the racism, the tribal warfare, the superiority complex, the little man syndrome. You believing you better than somebody because you got more concentrated forms of melanin, or you thinking you better than somebody because you ain't got that much melanin. Whatever a theory you done concocted within this feeble mind frame of yours, for you to hate the next man, woman, and child, or to hate what the Creator has created alive. You got to take that off the table. You got to take that off the table. Weapons down. Prejudices down. You judge somebody based off how they deal with you. You judge something based off someone's spirit and how you deal with them, your interaction. And if you feel they off, you got every right not to deal with them. Keep it pushing. Well, see, when you level up in spirit, you pass racial boundaries and national boundaries. You pass all that. You pass all that. So when I heard Millie Mouth Negroes arguing about who the Hamites, who the Edomites, who the Ishmaelites, who the Ammonites, who the Moabites, man, don't nobody even care. It matters not when you dealing with spirituality. All that's irrelevant. All that's irrelevant. Spirit ain't bound by concentrated forms of melanin or depleted forms of melanin. You learn the laws of the spiritual realm, then you understand that. Look at this. For who are the Israel of God, even they of every nation and tribe who work righteousness, love mercy, and keep my commandments. These are the true Israel of God, and stand upon his feet. Yahshua spake, saying, Hear, O Israel, Jehovah, thy God is one. Many are my seers and my prophets. In me all live and move and have substance. Ye shall take away the life. Ye shall not take away the life. Ye shall not take away the life of any creature for your pleasure, nor for your profit, nor yet torment it. Look at that. Higher law. See, higher law is you ain't supposed to be spilling nobody's blood, man or beast. See, when you bring that up, boy, that make Negroes foam at the mouth. Get the foaming, boy. Look at this. Ye should not steal the goods of any. Not just Israelites, y'all. Some teach that. It ain't stealing as long as you take it away from somebody of another nation. That's how low we've been vibrating. Using the flesh as an excuse instead of checking that you ain't supposed to be stealing nothing. The Creator is our provider. Ye shall not steal the goods of any, nor gather lands and riches to yourselves. Ooh-wee, hold on. Ooh-wee. That kills all the exploits, the conquering of the land of Canaan, or the conquering of the Americas. See how that sword swing both ways? You didn't spill blood for it. It's against the Creator. You ain't even supposed to be selling the land. It ain't yours. All right, beyond your need or use. Look at this, verse 12. You shall not eat the flesh. You shall not eat the flesh. You shall not eat the flesh, nor drink the blood of any slaughtered creature, nor yet anything which bringeth disorder, nor anything which bringeth disorder to your health or senses. You see that? See over here, all this is on you. Y'all, we've been spinning our wheels in the mud, blaming somebody else for what we got going on, or throwing all our problems on somebody else, when the whole time your rise or your fall is on you. Creator gave you everything you need to make it happen. Make it happen. You get down to them disorders and your health and your senses, yeah. So you mean to tell me your spiritual advancement got everything to do with your health? Yes. They don't want to hear that. You want another loin sandwich. Look at this right here. Verse 13. Ye shall not make impure marriages. Look at that. And we steady hitting ourselves in the head, messing up, starting over, redoing. Falling out, making up, breaking up, making up, over with, off to the next horse show. Off to the next horse and pony show. You feel me? But the whole time, it's because we're making impure marriages, the covenants. You should not make impure marriages where love and health or not. You mean to tell me your marriage is even based off love and health? Man, oh man. Huh? You got one sect of Bible believers that say you can eat whatever you want, boy. Eat a hog's ass if you want. You got others saying you can eat flesh, but just eat the clean flesh. Meanwhile, same health problems. Same exact health problems. Ye shall not make impure marriages where love and health are not, nor yet corrupt yourselves or any creature made pure by the holy. You should not bear false witness against any. You stop all the cap, stop all the lying, trip up this, y'all. Stop all the exaggeration too. You find yourself in the habit of always exaggerating something, you know, you're still quote unquote lying. You're stretching the truth. What you doing that for? Whose mind you trying to gaslight? Whose mind you trying to manipulate? Keep it all the way solid, man. Right across the board. That will look, trip off this. That way, from mortals to spirits, they know who they dealing with when they run into you. You're going to see that about our last video we went into. We showed how Abraham was a straight shooter when it came to spirit communion. He ain't play with them. Who are you? What you want? See, you got to develop that type of character even dealing with men, mortals. You know what I mean? Shoot straight. The hell is you exaggerating for and undercutting truth or stretching it out for? What you doing all that for? You still lying. And you're doing that to manipulate the mind of whoever you talking to get them to see it your way. Keep it solid, man. Keep it solid. All right. You should not bear false witness against any, nor willfully deceive any by a lie to hurt them. Huh? Look at this right there. You should not do unto others as you would not that others should do unto you. You should worship one eternal. You should worship one eternal, the Father, Mother, Creator in heaven, of whom are all things, and reverence the holy name. Now, a lot of brothers spilled their coffee on that. The Father, Mother, but they tell you, even in the Genesis 1:27, in the image of God made he them, male and female, created he them, and called their name Adam. It's a problem. You ain't balanced out. Even if it's a gang of Hebrew words, it's just as many masculine Hebrew words, there are feminine Hebrew words. A lot of those divine attributes we love to talk about, wisdom, understanding, that's HICKMAN, Bina, both feminine. The Creator's name, Yahweh or Jehovah, the hey at the end of it is a feminine letter. It ends with a feminine letter. We got to stop all the millie mouth, man. It's balance. When you start leveling up, it's balance. You understand? You wonder why everything fails. You wonder why ain't nothing going right. Our marriages, our relationships, nothing. You niggas ain't balanced, man. Deflate, boy. It's either overly masculine or overly feminine. Some of you sisters run these niggas. I'll be like, oh my God. What kind of men are these? You know what I mean? But no, y'all, we interdependent upon one another, man. It's time to balance out. You dig? Brothers, ask them sisters, boy, give me some of that wisdom you got. Because that intuition, a mug, boy. It is. They call for a woman's intuition or something like that, man. That deal be a million times stronger than the millions. Sisters, you need to be asking the brothers to, you know what I mean, express their masculinity. I mean, as a man, he should already be doing that anyway. But you know, stop providing the atmosphere to where the man can't be the man. You know what I mean? Stop being so offended. The toilet seat up again. So he's a man. This is just what it is, man. You ready to divorce the nigga and leave him because he left the toilet seat up or something. Or because he walked hard and fought loud. Like, he's a man. You do realize this, right? He's a man. So, you know, so stop trying to produce an atmosphere to where he can't be a man. He's a man. You dig? Brothers, make sure them sisters can express themselves, man. Ask them for some of that wisdom because their perspective is peculiar. It really is. And in the end, you still gonna roll how you roll, but you know, let them know they appreciate it, man. You dig? Straight up, because it ain't nothing like the vibes of a woman, especially if you was a man, been at war all day, or been out in them streets grinding, or at work working hard as hell, boy. You want to come home to a soft leg. So, you know, we got to stop acting like we don't need each other. We're interdependent. That's what it's called. The men and women need each other. You dig? But everybody in their own lane, bro. Like, I don't, you a woman. So around me, it be feminine. I like all that. But I'm going to be a man. Like, I'm one of them niggas. Like, yeah. Unapologetic about it. You dig? But it's so, but that's needed in both situations. It's balanced there. You dig? And we need that. All right. So you should worship one eternal, the creator, the Father, Mother in heaven, of whom are all things, and reverence the holy name. You shall revere your fathers and your mothers on earth, whose care is for you, and all the teachers of righteousness. Y'all see this? You should cherish and protect the weak and those who are oppressed, and all creatures that suffer wrong. You shall work with your hands the things that are good and seemly. So shall you eat the fruits of the earth and live long in the land. You shall purify yourselves daily and rest the seventh day from labor. And holy the spots and the festival of your God. Ye shall do unto others as ye would that others do unto you. Ooh wee, ooh wee, ooh wee. So that right there, he's letting it be known. Oh, he's giving higher law, higher instruction. All right. So the name of the class is the creator exclusive to Israel and all their prophets of other nations. You dig? And that's a very controversial topic. Very controversial within the Israelite circles right there. You feel me? Very, very controversial. Let me see if my other one is up here. Let me get this up for y'all real quick. Right here. That's where we going next. Show y'all this. Show y'all this right here. This is where we going next. So Yahshua clearly said in the Gospel of the Holy 12 or the Nazarene Gospel that those are the true Israelites are those in every nation and every tribe who work righteousness. If you understand that so far, all right, give me a one up in the chat. He also said, many are my prophets and many are my seers. All right, so if you understand that, give me a one up in the chat. Doesn't sound like the creator is exclusive to Israel alone. You know what I mean? We got to get past that, man. That was the ways of the antebellum South and the Mason-Dixon line. And look, we got to get past that and repair all that. You know what I mean? And the tribal warfare ain't just against the American Negro and the American white man, y'all. Like this, the tribal warfare goes down all over this earth. All types of nations, right? Based off, you know, descent and quote unquote genetics and based off concentrated forms of melanin and kinky hair and straight hair and you know what I mean? It's a whole vibration behind all that to keep you from ever vibrating on the level you could be on. You around her hating every damn body. You ain't going nowhere like that. You did? And once you understand the system and order set up for everyone, Even once you cross over, you really be able to, you understand, to relax a little taste. Because I mean, yeah, we what about our forefathers and them that was raked over the coals and all the evil atrocities and all that? Once you understand what it is, you feel me? Once you cross over and all that, then our forefathers Ben got plenty of get back. You did plenty of get back, and slave master ain't going nowhere till the lowest of his slave is raised up to a certain spiritual grade. You bound to this so-called earth that you was a racist over or a racist in. You bound her. You ain't going nowhere until you make right, till you right your wrongs. You harmed all them people. You gotta heal every last one of them, and you ain't going nowhere. You ain't experienced nothing that the Creator has. You know what I mean? You bound to the atmosphere of this earth. You bound to the, so when you look over and see ghosts and all that, them low-raised spirits, them spirits ain't even went nowhere. They bound her until they fulfill a work in righteousness. Until then, they'll never experience the higher heavens and all that. So it's the same with every man, woman, and child that come through here. It don't matter if you live or you die. You dig? If it ain't on record that you righted your wrong, you ain't going nowhere until you right it. No matter how long it takes. All right, so we going here next. The Nazarene Acts of the Apostles, or the Recognitions of Clement. The Preaching of Peter, the Ascent of James, excerpts from the Clement's homilies, and the Sinai Arabic summary from the Journal of who? T. Flavius Clemens, a.k.a. Clement. Them damn Flavians, man. Them damn Flavians, cuz. What is you talk about? And why is it that there's a Flavian name on almost all the literature from the 1st century on up? You do know the cats that conquered Jerusalem were Flavians. Titus and them, Titus and Vespasian, Flavians. Vespasian, the other son, Domitian, Flavian. They the ones that adopted Judah ben Matthias, who you later know as Flavius Josephus. He writes the histories. Even Constantine was a Flavian 300 years later. So I found that ironic. Over here, we transparent, even though it's a lot of powerful information in the Nazarene Acts of the Apostle. I find it quite ironic that it's still coming out of the libraries of a Flavian. That is ironic, man. That's crazy to me. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Then if you ever read up on any of the Flavian Piso conspiracies, you'd be like, dang, hold on. But nonetheless, you dig? We ain't scared over here, man. We gonna keep it all the way funky with you. Back in the back of this, Peter, the disciple, apostle, he had something very interesting to say about a specific group of peaceful people. Today, you know, you be hating somebody and don't even know what the hell you're hating them for. What is you mad at them people for over there? Hatred and anger will never heal anything. Just to let y'all know that. All right. Hatred and anger will never heal nothing. All right. So this is page 204 if you got the Nazarene Acts. And this is Peter going over the Brahmins. Uh-oh. Not the Brahmins. Remember, Yahshua already said, you know what I mean, those of every nation and tribe that work righteousness. Every nation. So you're dealing with Brahman, you're dealing with Vindu or India, East India. You're dealing with over in that area, Persia and all that, right? And what you dealing with over in that area. Now, Peter had a discourse with one of his students, I think it was Clement actually, about the Brahmins in his day. What did he have to say? Look at this. Look at this, boy. Look at this. And look, all this was in the Nazarene Acts and all that before we even read OWASP. That's crazy. Yeah, you can't elevate with hate in your heart. You can't. You ain't going nowhere, boy. You mess around, drop dead with all that hatred. Let that go. And deal with people based off how they deal with you, man. Like, you read their spirits. You know when somebody got a jacked up spirit, I can't be around him. No, you know what I mean? Right? Now look at this right here. Brahmins. There are likewise, and this is Peter or Kepha talking, there are likewise amongst the Bactrians in the Indian countries immense multitude of Brahmins. It's a gang of these niggas, immense multitude of Brahmins, who also themselves, from the tradition of their ancestors and peaceful customs and laws, neither commit murder, nor adultery, nor worship idols. They wasn't with this sect of Brahmins, wasn't with the false gods. Look at this. Nor had a practice of eating animal flesh, or never drunk, neither do anything maliciously, but always fear Elohim. And these things indeed they do. Though the rest of the Indians, look at this, everybody else who's outside of their movement, while the rest of the Indians commit both murders and adultery. These would be those who are down with Brahma the beast. See, the false gods take on the names of true gods or true prophets, so they don't have to work to establish a new name. They just switch the doctrine up. So you got Brahmins that follow Brahman the beast, and then you got the peaceful ones who are rolling with Creator. You know what I mean? If you understand that, give me a 2 up in the chat. And it's like that. It's like that amongst every culture. In Israel, the Essenes were the peaceful ones. Then you had the Pharisees, Sadducees, and scribes, and all them who were the ones of warfare and all that, chewing on the flesh. You see what I'm saying? All right, down in Egypt, there were the therapists or the therapeutic. So these brotherhoods, these peaceful brotherhoods of light, were all over the earth and doing this arc cycle right here. All right, so it wasn't just the Essenes in Israel. You had the Brahmins over in India, the peaceful ones, not the orthodox or the ones that, you know, hold on to animal chewing and warfare. All right, and you get up into Greece, you got the Pythagoreans. All right, we're gonna read about a brother today who was over in Japheth, or what you know is China. You dig? And then we can do Brahma probably the next time we come up or whatever. So we can, so you can understand this. And it's hard to hate someone that's treating you right, man. Like, how do you hate someone that's treating you right? Yeah, all that super brew, bow-legged in the show, all that's out the window. Well, it's hard to be evil to someone that's being righteous to you. It's hard, man. It's hard. You dig? And what the Creator doing, y'all, is destroying all these racial prejudices, destroying these national borders, destroying all of it. Look, man, and got so proud. Man, say they came into our airspace. Like, these niggas created Earth. Like, what is we talking about here, man? Man claiming the air you breathe now. This is my airspace. Man, look at this right here. It says right here, it says right here, it says, and these things indeed they do, though the rest of the Indians commit both murders and adulteries and worship idols and are drunken and practice other immoralities of this sort. Indeed, in the western parts of India itself, there is a certain country where strangers, when they enter it, are taken and slaughtered and eaten. Make sure you don't go to that part of make sure you don't go to that part of India, boy. You hear that? It says, in the western parts of India, indeed, in the western parts of India itself, there is a certain country where strangers, when they enter it, are taken and slaughtered and eaten. And neither have good stars prevented these men from such immoralities and from accursed food, nor have evil stars compelled the Brahmins to do any evil. Huh? Any evil. Notice it says star. Star. Compelled the Brahmins to do any evil. Again, there is a custom among the Persians to marry mothers and sisters and daughters, and all that district, the Persians contract incestuous marriages. So it's telling you, Peter is going into how, and the Nazarene Acts, how there are those amongst other nations who live just like us. And he goes into the Brahmins. All right. That's page 204 of the Nazarene Acts. You know what I mean? All right, Nazarene Acts, the Brahmins. Again, there are likewise amongst the Bactrians in the Indian countries immense multitude of Brahmins, who also themselves, from the tradition of their ancestors and peaceful customs and laws, neither commit murder, nor adultery, nor worship idols, nor had a practice of eating animal food, or are never drunk, neither do anything maliciously, but always fearing the creator or Elohim. Y'all see that? So he's saying it's those out there that live just like us. And he's acknowledging that. All right. So is the creator exclusive to Israel only? Are there prophets of other nations? That right there makes somebody pissed. They probably pissed at you, bro, right now. They want to hang me from the gateway arch and everything. That nigga Malachi going off, cuz. What is he doing? He tripping. Malachi tripping, cuz. What is he doing? Dang. But it is what it is. All right. So look, y'all get some understanding. Everybody get some understanding. All praises. All right, let's work. Let's work. I want to give you some of this right here. All right. No, the peaceful Brahmins are not the ones that eat people. Those are the ones that sanction warfare and chewing on animals. They are not the ones that eat people. The peaceful Brahmins are the ones that don't slaughter animals, that don't chew on animal flesh and loin meat and all that. They don't do that. You dig? So, but think about it. Again, is the creator exclusive to Israel? All right. And you start seeing, hold on, man, it's been a trap laid out here. You understand? That's a trap laid out here because we run around here with a superiority complex as if we better than everybody. But look, drop this, physically living a life where we getting our ass kicked. Who the hell you better than? Think about it, man. You know what I mean? Now watch this right here. Let me get into some of this. So since we was talking about Brahma, a little taste, I wanted to go do the boy Poe. But look, let's go ahead and jump over here. I want to show y'all something. All right. Empress TK, my island sister in the building. Bless up, sister. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Blessings to you and yours. Come to PR. That's our sister in Puerto Rico right there, y'all. Blessings, blessings, blessings. I see y'all in the building. All right, here, let me share this real quick. Bang. Bang. Brother Dominique in the building. What's the word, King? How you doing? Bless up. Bless up, bless up, bless up. All right, first, this is where we're going to go. We're going to go to OISP, first book of God. All right, let me go ahead and turn up. This right here got why is everybody so mad, man? This is crazy. All right. First book of God. This is in the book called OISP, Sky, Earth, Spirit. All right. You ask me, it's an excellent read. You know, but what tastes good to me may not taste good to you. But if you ask me, I'm going to tell you, yeah, it's off the chain. It's off the chain. I got to keep it all the way funk. I got to keep it all the way solid with you. Off the chain. You know what I mean? Especially if you some type of inquisitive spirit or an inquisitive soul such as myself. We got a lot of answers. All right, so this is what we're sharing today. All right, the first book of God out of OISP. All right, and remember the title is the creator exclusive to Israel or their prophets of other nations. This is part one because it's a gang of parts we're going to have to do on this. Gang of parts. Y'all tap in later in about 4-5 hours right here on the channel. We got our brother Daryl Cosmon coming on. Breaking down the science and creation in OISP. First book of God, being contemporaneous with the book of Serpenti or Medes, daughter of Yahweh, daughter of Jehovah. Shout out to the sisters. Shout out to the goddesses. You dig? The daughters of the creator are not worshipped. The sons of the creator are not worshipped. God and true goddesses don't want your praise, don't want your worship. They don't want you to pray to them. They are there to assist you in resurrection. For they are high-raised brothers and sisters of yours. They are not the creator. But OISP talks about there's plenty of daughters of the creator in OISP. And I find that fascinating because that gives our sisters, you know what I mean, more to strive for than just the short stories of Rebecca and Sarah. And you know what I mean? You know, we got big sisters up in the heavens that's high ranking. You know what I mean? That handle that business for our Father. And then so I salute the sisters as well, man. And then we balance over these ways. You dig? And why wouldn't there be female angels? Aren't there female mortals? So what kind of spirit is that once it crosses over? It's not a female. It's a male? Like, what are you talking about? Is it androgynous? What's really going on here? You did, but you really can't answer that question. Somebody asked you chapter and verse. You know what I mean? If the spirit, look, if somebody said chapter and verse, show in the Bible where there are female angels. You couldn't even do it. Meanwhile, over here, man, look, I gotta keep it solid with you. You did, and these daughters bad. Like they handle. When I say bad, I mean they are highly skilled. You dig, and highly trained in handling whatever business the creator asked them to handle. They get it done. The bros do too. Salute the gods, man. The gods ain't no joke. Powerful. You know what I mean? But they all brothers and sisters. And they dwell together in communities. They move out as a brotherhood, as a gang, as a fraternity. You dig? We supposed to be mimicking that, just in righteousness. All right. Just in righteousness. All right. All right, so let's work. First book of God, being contemporaneous with the book of Serpenti or Me's daughter of Jehovah, as the latter book relates to the higher heavens. So the first book of God deals with the lower heavens and with the earth for the same period of time. So we giving you a time period. We ain't just slinging mud out around her. We ain't just slinging mud. We giving you a time period. This is the Ark of Speda, 3953 BC. Roughly 6,000 years ago. So now you understand what was happening in the earth and in the heavens, because the unseen influences the seen. This is basic metaphysics 101. Right? If you really knew the unseen forces that are batting for you, that are backing you, that are supporting you, if you really understood, I'm talking about those that roll with Creator. You look, we'll be giving our all to live to our highest light. We be competing on who doing the most righteousness for one another. We wouldn't be competing over no vanity. We'd be like, man, like we straight got, like, it's a reality that we have brothers and sisters who are high raised, who are there. Look at this right here. This book treats fully of the four great persons chosen by who? God, namely Po of China, Japheth, inspired by the god Yima, Brahma of India, Venu, inspired by the god Dev, Abram of Persia, and afterward of Arabia, inspired by the god Vishnu, and Iowata of North Gautama of North America, inspired by the god As, and their inspirations were for the same period of time known in the kingdoms of heaven as the time of the Ark of Speda. Hold on, little joker, hold on. These four gods were the chief divine gods of that day, Hachu being Div and the chief. Hold on, y'all. Let me handle this real quick. But as y'all see, there are four great divisions of the earth: China, Persia, America, and then what you have, India. You dig? Or Persia, India, the same, and then North America. So you see these men: Iwata for America, Abram for Arabia, which is Northeast Africa, Po for China, and Brahma for India. Right? So all these men were born during the same time period at the same time in four different locations of the earth. They never even met each other, but they all taught the same thing because they had the same light on them. All right, so let me handle this real quick, y'all. Here, come on. Y'all tripping. Hold on, y'all. You deal with these little jokers. Why are you making all that noise, boy? Hold on. What? Short leg jokers over there tripping. Well, I thought you was out there already. Go. All right, y'all know how these short leggers be. Wait till I be on the phone or live to get the clowning with me. All right, so this is basically what's going on. All right, so how can the creator be exclusive when he's organizing or planning the birth of 4 great individuals during the same time period in 4 different divisions of the earth, who will eventually be teaching the same exact thing? So that the creator who we read about in the Bible, or the creator who we supposed to be reading about in the Bible, it wasn't just exclusive to Abraham in his day. There was another brother in India named Brahma doing the same work, teaching the same thing. Another brother in Japheth, a China named Po, doing the same work, teaching the same thing. And another brother all the way over here in the Americas named Hiawatha or Iwata, doing the same work and teaching the same thing. And these men never knew each other. All right, so this proves that the creator is not exclusive to Israel. All men, all women, all children have the same ability to hear the creator's voice, all right, and do his bidding. All right. So chapter 1. Excellent read. If you ain't the scared type, excellent read. Chapter 1, first book of God. The creator of creations, out of whom all voices are. The creator of creations. So the creator is not who we read up here. All right, it says right here. It says Po of Japheth, inspired by who? Po of Japheth, inspired by the god Yima. Yima would be a son of the creator. Yima is a righteous son of the creator, working for the creator, doing the creator's bidding. But Yima is not the creator. Yima is a god who was assigned to Po of Japheth. Yima is a son of the creator, though. Okay, so there's a difference between God and the creator. Look at the God that was inspiring Brahma. All right, right here. Brahma of India, Venue, inspired by the god Dev. Dev is a son of the creator. Dev works for the creator, but Dev is not the creator. Dev was a god assigned to Brahma, you know what I mean, to do the creator's bid, to inspire Brahma in a way so that Brahma could shed the light of the creator in a dark region of the world. You understand? Okay. So God and creator are not the same. Either they are true God rolling with the creator, doing the creator's bidding, or they're a false God out for self. Abram, who was Abram's God? A lot of us don't know. We say the God of Abraham. Well, who are you talking about? You talking about the creator? You talking about the son of the creator that was inspiring Abraham to be righteous and work righteousness? Look at this. Abram of Persia and afterward of Arabia, inspired by the god Vishnu. Vishnu is not the creator. Vishnu is a son of the creator. You understand? Who works for the creator and was there to inspire Abraham to work righteousness. Okay? And who was the God of the great prophet Iwata? So you know. And Iwata of North Gautama. Well, North Gautama is North America, inspired by the god As. Okay? So when we get down here to chapter 1, and it says the creator of creations, we're not talking about the gods that were inspiring these men. We talking about the creator who created the gods who inspired these men. If y'all understand that, give me a 3 up in the chat. All right. Yeah, they're all born at the same time. 3953 BC, during the beginning of the Ark of Speda. That's when they were born. So that was orchestrated. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to show that there's a difference between the creator. When you hear creator gang saying creator gang or creator bless, or we not talking about God. We talking about the creator of gods. And the creator is ever present, unseen. Only way you can see the creator is through the work of his creation. Okay. All right. So the creator of creations, out of whom all voices are, of whom all things are in semblance. From him and in him these utterances are, by his gods and lords and high raised angels and mortals, and to whose dominion he gave the earth for the glory of Jehovah. Jehovah is the creator. For the glory of Jehovah, whose God came and walked and talked with those who had been prepared for the deliverance of his chosen. For the 4 preserved divisions of the earth, he gave 4 sons of holy light and power. You heard this? For the 4 preserved divisions of the earth, he gave 4 sons of holy light and power for the voice of God and his lords. Po of Japheth. Japheth is the ancient land of China. There was a prophet roughly 6,000 years ago who had the light of the Great Spirit on him, a light of the Creator on him, named Po. All right, Po of Japheth, the China. Abram, salute to our granddaddy Abram, man. Great granddaddy Abraham. Abram of Arabia, that's Northeast Africa. Kush, Egypt, Sinai Peninsula, Arabia, which you know today, all that. All right. So Abram of Arabia, Brahma of India, that's India, Persia, and all that, and Iawata of Gautama, whose records are everlasting on the earth, which are a testimony that these men were raised up by the Father for his own glory and for the deliverance of men, male and female. All right, so we're gonna get into Po first. You know, man, last video we did Abraham. We may do him again, or I may just do Brahma next, because there's a strong consensus out there, but it's misinformation that Abraham and Brahma are one and the same. No, they're not. Now they lived during the same time, and that's what puzzles people. People ain't put the connection together. Maybe they're 2 different men who were born during the same time period that taught the same thing. Maybe that's what happened. You did, and according to Owaski, that's what happened. All right, so it's in chapter 2, first book of God. We're going to deal with Po today. The first Chinese Bible being of Po and Isu. And Isu, that's where you get Jesus from, actually. Isu, chosen by God for the children of Japheth. What does Isu mean? Isu means without sin, or one who has risen above sin. Isu means without sin, or one who has risen above sin. Accordingly, an Isu is a person who moves in light. Isu also means having no earthly desires for their own sake, and signifies having no sexual desires. So that scratches me off the list. I don't want none of y'all running around here talking about some Malaki claiming he a Isu. No, the hell I'm not. I haven't arrived yet, brothers and sisters. I haven't arrived at a place where there's no passions. There's no there's no desires. There's no desire. No, that ain't me. That may be some of y'all, but that's not your brother Malaki. It's just not yet. I'm not Isu. There's I'm just keeping it solid with you. Can I be real with you? Can I be transparent with my family? Man, hey, I salute the brothers that claim they retaining semen and go hard, and I salute you, brother. Just don't be out here pump faking. You know what I mean? Don't be pump faking. But look, it says Isu also means having no earthly desires for their own sake, and signifies having no sexual desires. Which is to say, Isu can also refer to a person born of neutral sex or very nearly so, i.e., was neither boy nor girl insofar as sexual organs were concerned. Like, that sounds weird to me. I got to keep it funky with y'all. Like, what you mean? An hermaphrodite? Like, what you mean you can't tell what he is? But look at this. For these were not discernible, or not readily discernible, being undeveloped. Oh, okay. Even as seedless verity of fruits can reveal undeveloped seeds within. Facts. Hence, a natural born Isu is incapable of naturally producing offspring, as was the case with Po. Okay, so he was somebody who couldn't even produce offspring. All right. So now we know what an Isu is. All right. All right. Right there. I got to keep it funky with my family, man. I see all these laughing face. It is what it is, brothers. But hey, you know that every man has not been given that gift of retention like that. You know what I mean? So, all right, look at right here. It says right here. It says the first Chinese Bible being of Po and Isu, chosen by God for the children of Japheth or China. And that makes sense. Somebody, in order for the Chinese to raise, or you know, to raise up out of their dark barbaric states of chewing on bats, somebody who talks their language and looks like them would have to be sent to them so they could understand. You see? And y'all, this is around 6,000 years ago. All right, so look at this. These are the generations of the line of light from the time of Zarathustra. Shusa, Guan, Lu, Sam, Dijo, We, Him, Go, Si, Wing, He, Win, Si, Kong, Lamni, Muyo, Time, Lu, Time, Maisi, Hangi, Wangi, Zilo, Tukachin. You can tell this is Chinese, boy. Look at this. Succeeding one another. All the foregoing were seers and prophets. Mm, mm, mm. All the foregoing, everybody I just named was a seer and prophet. They were clairvoyant. Had the ability of Suis. All the foregoing were seers and prophets of God, light, having a voice from their youth up, and were each in turn a shield and guardian to the chosen of God, the Thetis. Salute. Look at this right here. God, or light, said, with Zilu, behold, the voice was lost. But I called aloud on the face of the earth, and my light spread abroad. And there came a woman of Chi Song named Hasi and Ayin, through whom the voice was regained. Hasi had 7 sons and 7 daughters, dang, all of whom heard the voice and saw the light. So her children were sensitive to the unseen realm more than the average. Look at this. And God divided the 14 sons and daughters one from another and sent them in different ways. These then are the tribes that sprang from them: King, Si, Gui, Lu, Higa, Hisigua, Yo, Hafung, Ni, Hilam, Siing, Yuflo, Jan, Yingi, and Hulango. From the line of Hafung sprang Enam Jo and Zizu, half Iron. From Yingi sprang Noi and Ulaim, also Yutzi and Hiha. And God commanded the Heons to dwell toward the south, and they so dwelt. From the line of King descended the YAHWH, YAHWH, and they lived toward the north and made fellowship with the Fosim, who were Iowans by blood, and also followers of the Zarathustrian law under the name Sasin, having Rabaz, whom they called Ba, same as to this day. From the tribes of Fusim sprang Han, and from YAHWH sprang He and T-Wing, both of which tribes had the light in the voice. And all the north regions of China and all the north regions of Japheth dwelt in peace and happiness. Look at that. Look at that. And God looked upon them and blessed them in all things. Nevertheless, it came to pass that the tribes of Han forgot the commandments of God. And Lihan, a mighty chieftain, rose up among them and reestablished the Osirian doctrines, that corporeal knowledge should stand higher than the Ormazian law. So physical knowledge, that which is tangible, that which can be handled, cut and measured and observed, should be ranked higher, should stand higher than spiritual law and understanding. Oh, wait, look at this. Han usurped the central throne of Japheth, calling himself Han, king of the sun. And so Han gave himself up to obtaining knowledge and to enforcing knowledge upon the people. Han issued the following decree: Han, king of the sun, behold, there is one sun, SUN, and his satellites. There shall be only one kingdom with satellites. Behold me, I am the Sun King. I will put away all other doctrines and learning. Let all the world bow down to me. Han was asked, shall a man not worship the unseen? He answered, it is better to worship a stone, which you can see. Wow. Wow. But notice corporeal knowledge was established. Corporeal knowledge was treated to be higher than spiritual knowledge. Really, y'all, it's a balance of both. And that's why a lot of us keep hitting ourselves on the head. You keep bumping your head. Because you want to be all the way corporeal, physical, or all the way spiritual. And if you And if you extreme on both ends, you're going to lose out. You're going to lose out on one or the other. You know what I mean? You got to balance that out. Cosmon, you balance. You know what I mean? You can't let one neglect the other. You got to handle your business because you're in a physical realm and you got physical things that got to get done. There are responsibilities that got to get taken care of. But the responsibilities don't mean neglect your spiritual cultivation. Right? It takes discipline. You got to discipline yourself, man. You got to discipline yourself. Don't act like you don't got business to handle. You did. You do. And don't act like you, and just because you have business to handle doesn't mean stop feeding your spirit. All right, you got to learn balance. You got to learn that. All right, but the king saying what? It's better to worship a stone than the unseen or the ever-present creator. Look at this. Han said, do not worship in words, but in works. Do not worship in prayer, but in doing righteously. What is prayer but crying in one's own weakness? If there is an unseen light, he will do in his own way. What is the use of praying to him? Rites and ceremonies to him are the expression of folly. Rites and ceremonies to our forefathers are excusable. If their souls continue to exist, the rites and ceremonies may give them good pleasure. So Han abolished the worship of the creator, of Jehovah, knows light. He abolished it, and his God and his lords. God looked down from his holy hill in heaven. Now remember, God is not the creator. God is the son of the creator. God looked down from his holy hill in heaven and he said, it is well. Let Han have dominion. Behold, Han enraptures the multitude with his new doctrines, forgetting that these doctrines were tried thousands of years before. He's like, nah, let them go ahead and fall. He think this is something new. Man, look, this doctrine was shut down thousands of years ago. Let him go ahead and establish what he think he's gonna establish. In the end, they all got to check in anyway. Look at this. God prophesied through his prophet ZWingyi, saying, hear me, O Han, and all you people of the whole world. I prophesied by the voice and light. I know my words are true words. By words, the soul is bent. But by not praying to the unseen will be forgotten. By the abolition of rites and ceremonies to the gods will be forgotten. Man will rise up in self-conceit against his creator, saying, behold me, I am the highest of all things. Wow. My judgment is the greatest of all wisdom. Wow. And the tribes of men will aspire to establish opinions as fundamental doctrines. War and destruction will come upon the nations. Wow, boy. And you remove creator, it's doomed already. You know what I mean? It's already domed if you remove creator out of the picture. It's domed. But that's powerful right there, because man has risen up like that. Man will rise up in self-conceit against his creator, saying, behold me, I am the highest of all things. My judgment is the greatest of all wisdom. And they will establish opinions in exchange for fundamental doctrines. What happens behind that? War and destruction. War and destruction. Look at it. Han would not heed the prophecy of God. Han established what was called the first Han dynasty. Ball game, boy. See, so Oahspe don't just expose the false gods dealing with the Bible. Oahspe exposes false gods everywhere. Remember, we reading about the first Chinese Bible or the first Chinese spiritual text. Now we dealing with the Han dynasty. Are we serious? Han would not heed the prophecy of God. Han established what was called the first Han dynasty, and it spread over the land of China, Japheth, from center to circumference. And because of the laws of Han, great persecution came against the faithists. That's us, y'all. All right, though that's the brotherhood of peace that was living amongst those localities. That was against the warfare and the chewing on animals and all that. All right, and because of the laws of Han, great persecution came against the faithists, the worshippers of Jehovah, or the worshippers of light, all light, the creator, Yahweh, Yehovah. You know, we ain't gonna quibble over names. I believe we all know what we're talking about here. All right, and that's a reality too, family. Always remember this: false gods want to kill us. That light we exposing, how we rolling, but know for certain that the Creator and His angel ambassadors are with every last one of us. You just got to be right and live to your highest light. Live your highest life. All right, look at this right here. Han said, try them by food. Look what he said. Han said, try them by the food they eat. And whoever refuses to eat fish or flesh, look at that. All right. This how much of a threat the faithists are to the false gods' dominion. All right. False gods are using their mortal emissary, this nigga named Han. And he like, look, we got to get rid of the worshipers. We got to abolish the prayers to the unseen, the rites and ceremonies. The unseen is soon be forgotten. All right. And to find out who these worshipers are, we got to first try them by food. Because those who have faith in the unseen, the ever-present creator, are not chewing on that. They're not eating animal sandwiches. They're not chewing on loin meat and gizzards and liver and all that madness. Look at this. Han said they try them by the food they eat. And whoever refuses to eat fish or flesh shall suffer death. And the favor of the courts shall be denied to any man or woman who holds sacred the life of a cow, horse, dog, or any other animal on the face of the earth, or in the waters, or in the air above the earth. You hear this? So 6,000 years ago, people like us would have been hunted. They was coming up with special laws to hunt us down. And y'all, all because we didn't sanction warfare. All because we consider even the life of an animal sacred. That's why. You see? And they are, so we are not to be gullible. We are not to be silly. Oh, that was back then. Look, it's the same thing today. All right. But knowing this, you still live to your highest light. It don't matter what somebody is commissioned to do. All right. Your time's in the creator's hands. Look at this. So the faithists, the followers of the Zarathustrian law, were outlawed and were tortured and put to death on every hand. And the prophecy of MELCHIZEDEK came true. God said, behold, they have not only forgotten the creator and denied his person in words, but in behavior also. For they no longer hold sacred anything he created alive, even man. Y'all hear this? If you're getting some understanding, give me a 4 up in the chat. Boy, oh boy. All we got to do is slow down. All right? All we got to do is slow down and look at it. Be like, dang, this is serious. That's right, Carol P. It seems we're tested the same exact way. Same exact way. We. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. All right, my bad, family. Let's get into this. We cooking now. I see foes. See, but look, you notice the separation between the faithists and the Uzian, or the faithists and the worldly people. It's always been a problem, Jack. So if you're feeling like you're hated amongst your people right now, and you know everybody talking crazy about how creative gang roll or whatever, let this comfort you. For one, ain't nobody coming with nothing. There's nothing or no one above creator. So creator's undefeated, always will be. 2, they came against all of us of old the same way. And you got to think about it. It got to be something unclean driving them, because if I'm not chewing on loin meat anymore or gizzards, if I ain't chewing on none of that no more, then that's more for you. What are you mad at? But the fact that I don't chew on lamb on Passover, Or I'm not going to get no cheeseburger. I'm going to go ahead and get a veggie burger to go around. You know what I mean? Which is just as fire. You did? No, I'm cool today. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some fruit. I'm going a smoothie fast. Matter of fact, I'm juicing for the next 15 days. I'm cool. Because you like that. Oh no, cuz I stopped chewing on animals 2 years ago. Niggas get mad. When you call it what it is, chewing on animals, when you start calling it for what it is, you start seeing people start treating you different. They get pissed at you. And you be like, well, what's the problem? That's what you're doing, right? You do realize you're chewing on an animal. Why you gotta say it like that? That's what it is. I mean, what else is it? What do you call it? Huh? What do you call it? It for sure ain't foreplay. It ain't foreplay, boo-boo. So what do you call this? Yeah. You get mad at you. All right, let's get into it. This right here. Chapter 3, first book of God. From ZWE, God raised up prophets for 7 generations. ZWE begot Dotsi, who begot Yin, who begot Hini, who begot Lan Siang, who begot D Hoochie, who begot Holon, who begot Po, who was an Esau in birth. When Po was still very young, the voice of God came to him, saying, be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers. See, children can hear the voice of the Creator, man. Yeah. When Po was still very young, the voice of God came to him, saying, be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers, eating neither fish nor flesh. Look at that. Look at that. Now, remember, y'all, this is in China. And he's saying, your forefathers had a doctrine, Po. They wasn't chewing on the filleted back of an animal. They wasn't doing that. Calling it the upper loin. No. They wasn't chewing on the lower loin meat. Those capable of receiving the higher light of the Creator, what you're going to see is they all lived a certain way, talked the same thing, lived by the same code, and had never met each other. Never met each other. So Po, a Chinese prophet from 6,000 years ago, had forefathers that was rocking the same way before him. When Po was still very young, the voice of God came to him, saying, be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers, eating neither fish nor flesh. Your God will not only preserve you alive, but you shall gather together the scattered tribes of Zarathustrians, the faithless, and reestablish them in this great land. What great land are we talking about, y'all? China. Yeah. Everybody that came through there wasn't eating bat soup and, you know what I mean, rats and all. Not those who the great light or the great spirit was dealing with. See, it's more to it than just, even though health is part of it, but it's more to it. There's more to behind this push to becoming more plant-based than just health. Health is big with it, but it's more to it than that. When we talking about spiritual rate and spiritual vibration and able to hear certain things, you understand? We talking about spirit communion and you know, being and intuition going up at an all-time high and all that, where there's certain things that ain't supposed to be going into your body. And it's a reason why all these men, all of them, none of them was chewing on animals. You think that's a coinky dink? You think that's a coinky dink when we open up the Nazarene Gospels and Yahshua saying the same thing? Don't chew on the flesh of any animal, nor drink the blood of any animal. You think it's a coincidence we open up the Essene Gospel of Peace? Yahshua in there the whole time telling you. If you make your body a graveyard, if you kill animals for food, eventually they're going to become your death. And we see that most of our diseases are foodborne. You think all this is a coincidence? No. In order to receive higher transmissions of light, your body has to be vibrating at a certain frequency, and it cannot vibrate at that frequency if it's stuffed and loaded with dead corpses and dairy pus. You won't be able to receive it. All right, so that's the reason behind it. It's not just the health; it's so you can receive higher light codes of transmission from the angel ambassadors of the Creator. You can't get it loaded up on hog head cheese. You can't get it still eating pig ear sandwiches, chitlins. You can't get it chewing on cheeseburgers and chicken wings. All right, you really want to raise up, you're gonna have to bring that belly into a certain discipline. All right, just what it is. Look at this. In those days, many of the Zarathustrians were celibates, and the king saw his people being reduced by war. So he made a law against celibacy, commanding all men to marry and all women to bring forth children or be put to death. He's like, nah, we finna shut all this celibate talk down. Look at it. When Poe was growing up, God said to him, behold, you cannot fulfill the law. Why not? Because he was born basically barren, Esau. He was born without the ability to produce children. So when Poe was growing up, God said to him, behold, you cannot fulfill the law, for you are Esau born. But I will fetch you a wife like you, who is also barren. But you too shall be blessed with 3 children, and you shall call them Wanli, Togan, and Zelu. And it came to pass that a woman of Hongi with 3 adopted children escaped from the tyranny of Diwan, fleeing for the southern tribes of Hisi, Guao, and Yo, and Guangu, and Po married her and named her a toe down G. Boy, she must have been a bad one. Y'all see her name? Poe married her and changed the name to a toe down G, boy. Y'all understand that? Give me a 5. Jack. She might have been a bad one. I don't know. Poe had him a bad. Poe had a wife named a toe down G, boy. She probably was off the chain. A toe down G. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look at this. Y'all remember, this is the Ark of Speed, 3953 BC. Look at it right here. Poe was 20 years old when he married, and he went with his wife and 3 children to the country of Hingadi, which name signified brotherland, and he labeled as scutching flax and hemp. What is scutching? Scutching separates the fibers from the pulp by beating the stems. From the flax or hemp, fibers were made cloth for blankets, clothing, tapestry, rope, and other items. All right, so Poe had a skill. All right, he labeled it scutching flax and hemp. And God came to Poe saying, what is the extent of your fidelity to the All-Highest light? I find this interesting because God came to Abram too and had a discourse with him. Now remember, God is a son of the Creator. This God was chosen by the Creator to inspire Poe and assist him in gathering together the faithers and raising their vibration. It is right here. And God came to Poe saying, what is the extent of your fidelity to the All-Highest light? Poe said, I will obey him. All right, so in what we're reading, the creator of the All-Highest light, or the creator Jehovah, or Yahweh, is compared to the All-Highest light. All right. Pope said, I will obey him in all things. God said, would you sacrifice your 3 sons if commanded by your creator? Pope said, look how he answered. Remember, Abraham answered, show me you are God. That's how Poe answered. Poe said, they are the creators, not mine. How dare I sacrifice that which is another's? So in other words, no, I'm not sacrificing that. These are his children. Your children are the creator's children. What you look like even contemplating this? Look at it. God said, you are wise. You know the Ormazdian law. Then Poe asked, who are you? See, dealing with spirit, y'all, be a straight shooter. That's why, look, you learn spiritual communion through your everyday dealings with mortals. Don't be a tiptoe around the tulips. Fake this. Don't be a beat around the bush faith. To shoot straight. Who are you and what do you want? See that? That's how you got to be in spirit, because there are evil and gullible spirits as well. Everything ain't, this is not a pie in the sky type theory. Everybody's spiritual, but that ain't nobody talking about the evil you're going to encounter and preparing you for the evil you're going to encounter. How you can tell if these angels are for the creator or not. You got to know these things, man. Then Poe asks, who are you? Who is this that comes upon me silently asking questions? God said, go and visit He, the philosopher, and question him. He was governor of the South Province of Hingadi. He was also a man of great learning. Poe came to him and questioned him, saying, what is this that asks us questions? Why do we question and answer ourselves all day long? I said it to that boy Seth out of baby. And we all got questions and voices in our head. Oh, he says voices in his head, man. Look, everybody is in communion constantly within themselves. What are you talking about? Poe knew this, and he come ask the quote-unquote most smartest man in a region, the governor. Poe came to him and questioned him, saying, what is this that asks us questions? Why do we question and answer ourselves all day long? He answered, are we not two selves? Do we not discourse within ourselves like two selves? Poe asked, which do you say is the superior self? That which questions within us forever, or that which is forever answering? The governor said, that which asks questions must be superior self. Poe said, who is it? Well, who is it, right? He said, it is nothing. It is something. Poe answered him, saying, it appears to me these two selves are two different persons. One belongs to the flesh, the other to the creator. Because this questioning self is the same one that sees and hears gods and angels. The governor said, what did you say? God and angels? Poe replied, God and angels. To which the governor took exception, saying, do you too defy the law? Poe said, what I see, what I heard. Something external to ourselves made us and rules over us. Checking this so-called governor. Because remember, it's outlawed to be one of us. Something external to us created us. Something external to us is propelling us. And notice Poe ain't stutter. Ain't no lip fumbling. He ain't swallowing hard and scratching. He right to it with this spirit, with this man, this mortal. What I see, what I heard. Something external to ourselves made us and rules over us. The governor asked, have we not rid the world of superstition? Why do you deal with doctrines that were in the dark ages? I tell you, there are only two things in all the universe, the unseen firmament and the corporeal worlds that float within it. Their action and reaction on each other produce what we call life, which is only an effervescence that comes and goes, and there is the end. The laws are right. Han has done a good thing in abolishing the doctrines of the ancients. While they were still talking, God sent a blaze of fire into a bush standing nearby. Keep talking. And a voice spoke out of the flame, saying, who then do you say I am? For truly I am. The governor saw the light and saw that the bush was not burnt. And he also heard the voice, but God suffered him to be hard of heart. And he said, behold, you come to me knowing I am a philosopher. And you cast your spell in the bush like a magician. I am master of 1,000 books and am registered as a man of great learning. You have offended me. Poe said, why accuse me? For is it not as just for me to accuse you of casting the spell? I did not cast it. Again, God appeared and spoke, saying, do not accuse this, my son, Poe. You shall labor with him. Behold, I give into your keeping the country of Fe. For at this hour, Mugwan has died. The tribes of Gan shall be gathered together in Fe and Hingadi. He, seeing the governor, was astonished at the words of the light. He sent a servant to ascertain if Mugwan was dead. It turned out to be true, though the distance was a day's journey each way. We cooking now. You getting an understanding? Give me a 6 up in the chat. Bless up, bless up. Good to see everybody. Okay. 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 But look what we understand so far. They always living a certain way, rocking by a certain code. And what's with the big emphasis on not chewing on flesh and not eating fish? Outside the health. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They receive higher codes of transmission, higher light of transmission. Your body, remember this, your body is a receiver and a sender. You receive and send signals all day. To receive certain signals, you got to be able to vibrate at a certain frequency. And that's impossible on an animal diet. It's impossible. All right, not saying you won't receive anything. I'm just saying, like, in order for you to be where you need to be, you start seeing that all these ones that were seers and prophets that the Creator was dealing with through his high-raised sons and them, they all ate a certain way. All right, they all lived a certain way. All right. That's crazy, though. Your boy Poe got a wife named a toe down G. She probably was a bad one, boy. Lovely queen in the building. My ATL sister, bless up. Bless up. That's Bezel's mom. Shout out to my brother Bezel. Is Bezel in her? Tell Bezel I said shalom. Mm-hmm. Boy Cosmon Cal say veg life gonna help y'all survive when all the meat is poison and there's no more grocery stores, y'all. All right. This is what it is. And look, this don't mean we better than anybody just because we ain't chewing on animal flesh anymore. We're just being all the way solid with you. Eventually, you got to let that go. And to get to where you trying to get to, like I know most y'all want to get to, regardless if you agree with us or not, in order for you to fly where you need to fly, not just on a health tip, but to receive higher instruction, you got to vibrate at a certain frequency. You can't do it on dead flesh. It's the truth. And there's a reason why all these men were able to receive the information at a high raised light. You know what I mean? It was something they was willing to do. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to do that? You know what I mean? Just me. Let the Creator unleash a massive healing vortex into your mind, body, and spirit. You understand? And may you rejoice. Rejoice and believe. The Creator is with us all. So this is let everybody know. The Creator is with us. So you got to know that. If we talk about the ever-present Creator, that means he's with you right now. Sees all, knows all right now. You understand? See, once it's more than just saying the ever-present Creator or the Creator. You saying, if you know that the Creator is ever-present, that means right now in all of our lives, right now, the Creator is present. Boy, that's it. Boy, make goosebumps stand up on you, boy. Whoa! Man, oh man. Bezel, my brother, blessings. YAH'Huba in the building, bless up, bless up. My sister, Robbie Dobson in there too. Till I said one love. NehemiYAH the elder, my Barack in the building. I be sharing your Facebook post. The elder has spoken. Keep them coming, King. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. And credit is marvelous. All right, let's get back to this. Make sure y'all tap in later on today, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll have our brother Daryl Cosmine on the Honor and Humility channel. I am that I am. We're going over the science of OWASP. Y'all don't want to miss that. Tap in. You know what I mean? Tap in. I don't want to miss that, brother. Gonna be going over some major jewels. You dig? I'm gonna be down. Matter of fact, y'all, I'm coming today. I'll be down in Atlanta June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I'll be in the A. You dig? I'll be down there with little bro YAH'KI. YAH'KI HICKMAN. YAH'KI the master healer. Shout out to my little bro, man. Much love. I'll be down there with bruh, getting it in. So yeah. I should be seeing y'all. Matter of fact, it's already in stone. I just got to get my flight. But yeah, I'll be down there. I'll be in the building. All right, bang, bang, bang. All right, here we go. Let's get back to this right here. We in the first book of God, chapter 4. Oh, I speed. He seeing the governor sent for Asin to come and investigate the nature of Po. So when the three were together, God wrote in the sand the word, God wrote in the sand the word tean. And it was as if a flame of fire pierced the ground. Mm. Mm. Chinese folks are very, very familiar with the word tean, aren't they? Well, this 6,000 years ago. Poe said, from now on, 10 shall be the name of the tribes who have faith in the Creator only, because he alone has written it. Asin said, how can you distinguish between that which is written by the spirits of the dead and that which is written by the Creator? Excellent, excellent question. One thing I love about OWASP is a spiritual guidebook. It's not a book that dictates to you anything. But if you out here navigating the spiritual realm, calling yourself leveling up and astral traveling and whatever, everybody unlocking your third eye, whatever anybody doing today, you understand? Why isn't anyone being taught the nature of the spirits that you are going to run across? And you better know what to say, huh? And you better know what to do, huh? So that's what I like. It's showing you how to practically apply. You understand? When you run across evil mortals and evil spirits, you got to know what to say. You got to know how to move. All right. Look at this. Asin said, how can you distinguish between that which is written by the spirits of the dead and that which is written by the Creator? Poe said, light comes in light. Darkness comes in darkness. So it's all based off what's written. Now, what's written? Is it righteousness or light, or is it darkness? Is it go over there and do a righteous work for Miss Bertha, or is it go over there and steal out the convenience store? It all comes down to what is being said or what is being written, and you as the one receiving the information got to have the understanding to know either I'm going to yield to that or I'm going to rebuke that and keep it pushing. All right, it's all on you. Look at it. He's saying, as, are you saying you can see the angels and the gods? Poe said, I see the angels, but the gods I cannot see. Angels are like ourselves, but the gods are like a flame of fire. Woof, woof. Boy, what? Boy, what did we talk about? Look at that. Poe said, I see the angels, but the gods I cannot see. Angels are like ourselves. Makes sense, right? But the gods are like a flame of fire. Boy, makes sense, because even in the Bible, angels are called men, right? Look at this. Now, while they were thus discovering, or while they were thus discoursing, a light in the form of a triangle came and rested on Poe's head, and the word 10 was inscribed on the sides of the triangle. The governor said, what does this signify? And Poe, being under the influence of the light of God, said, call me 10. I am the Father, Rabbi Abba, over all the living. I write in the sand and speak in the mouths of my sirs and prophets. He whom you call Poe is my son, begotten for the deliverance of my chosen out of the bondage of Han and his sub-kingdoms or his satellites. Behold, my people are imprisoned and tortured. There it is. My people are imprisoned and tortured, persecuted and abused. And you too have kingdoms taxed for the glory of Han in his unrighteous work. Provide yourselves with triangles also and espouse me, and I will deliver your kingdoms also. Creator, like, you better get down with me. Look at this. He seeing and Asin both desire some pretext to throw off the yoke of the Han dynasty, and now lent willing ears to the instruction of Poe and the voice 10. Accordingly, the learned men of these provinces were called together to learn through Poe about God and the mysteries of earth and heaven, and especially about the great monarchy. When these councils were assembled, God cast his light upon Po, and they all saw it. And the words Po spoke were called God's words, or Vedior. And they learned the wisdom of God word by word, repeating them over and over until memorized, which was called learning by the mouth, as distinguished from learning by books and tablets. God said, great trials will come upon my people. The kings will seek to destroy the doctrines of the Lord your God, for which reason you shall neither write nor engrave my words until I come in judgment of the world. These then that follow are the sacred laws given through Po by God, parentheses 10. Trip off what's being taught, y'all. Seek to bring forth heirs that will be a glory to your creator. Do not marry because of the impulse of the beast, animal nature of man, but consider your own spirit and the spirit of your spouse. That's wisdom, man. Don't marry just because you horny. Don't marry just because you horny. Do not marry because of the impulse of the beast. Some of y'all hot loined. Some of us are hot loined, should I say, but that's not a good enough reason just to be married. I do not marry because of the impulse of the beast, animal nature of man, but consider your own spirit and the spirit of your spouse. Do not shut yourself up in celibacy, but multiply and adorn the earth. So, you know, for the brothers and sisters who are able to have children, you dig? I know they got that big today, the semen retention. Look at this. Your creator provided milk. Your creator provided milk for the infant, but with the coming of teeth, you shall provide for their service also. Feed him according to the Almighty law. Pay attention, y'all. Look at this. To make him a warrior, give him fish and flesh. To make him patient and strong with docility, remember the camel and the ox, feeding on the herbs that grow on the earth. Those of Tian or creator forswear the first and espouse the second, eating herbivorously. Bag drop, boy. So flesh eating produces warriors. But eating on herbs produces peace, patience. To make him patient and strong. Now you don't be soft either. His brothers don't eat a lick of flesh that's in the gym working out. Strong as a who? Ox. Well, an ox don't eat flesh. One of the strongest animals in the jungle don't even eat flesh. The silverback gorilla don't eat flesh. Strong as an ox. Oxtail or ox don't eat flesh. See, it's one system in order. Look at this. Niguan asked, was celibacy not the highest of all laws? Is it not so now? God said, there are times for all things. In the days of Zarathustra, celibacy was the first of laws. In those days, man was not ready for God's laws. Yet you should not call one law higher than the other. The fullness of earth knowledge requires marriage. Yet the bondage after death holds the spirit of man for 6 generations to his own heirs. By celibacy, a man's soul is not bound after death. Yeah, that's something I found interesting too. Even after you cross over, the more children you have, the more you got to stick around. But dig, I said, oh, okay. Dang, the more you got to stick around. You know what I mean? Because you're bound to your heirs. You're bound to your lineage. Even if you're dead. The fullness of earth knowledge requires marriage, yet the bondage after death holds the spirit of man for 6 generations to his own heirs for 6 generations. Wow. By celibacy, a man's soul is not bound after death. By the love he bears his children to linger on or near the earth, and he may ascend quickly into paradise. The man or woman who is weak, sickly, chronically infirm, or deformed, blind, deaf, with running sores, or with hidden sicknesses, shall not marry nor bring forth heirs. Y'all heard that? What is so important? Because even in the gospel of the Nazarenes, Yeshua said, what? Don't marry where there's not love and health. Now we see Paul China saying the same thing. The man or woman who is weak, sickly, chronically infirm, or deformed, blind, deaf, with running sores, or with hidden sickness shall not marry, nor bring forth heirs, nor shall man take sorrow to his soul for this. For it is the testimony of the Father that his race is emancipated or freed from the earth. Oof. Oof. You shall keep the panic language sacred, nor shall these my holy words be given in any other language till my time is fulfilled on the earth. Your sons at the age of 11 years and daughters at the age of 9 years shall begin to learn maxims. What is a maxim? Concise statements of basic truths, rules of conduct, ethical behavior, morals, doctrine, etc. So give an age on by the time the boy is 11 and the girl is 9, they need to be learning axioms, or maxims, should I say. All right, and again, a maxim is what? Concise statements of basic truths, rules of conduct. So truthful phrases, and how to act. All right. And at that same time, they shall be consecrated to the Creator and committed to his service. And of the sixth law, this is made a part, namely, teachers in public shall be celibates. Children who decide that they will become teachers or priests or priestesses shall take the vows of celibacy. For such persons are married to who? The Great Spirit, or the Creator. And they shall be like gods and goddesses, knowing no more love to one person than another. Remember that those who marry are chosen by Ormaz, or the Creator, to raise up offspring for the glory of heaven and earth. And they shall dwell together in peace, love, and harmony. For anybody that's married, that's the ultimate aim of marriage. Righteous offspring, and to dwell together in peace, love, and harmony. Y'all get some understanding so far? Give me an 8 up in the chat. Bless up, bless up, bless up. How we looking? How we looking? How we looking? Oh, wait. Shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Yeah. We love y'all too. Bless up. Whoever don't like it, get in the ring. You know, your brother MALAKIMAC will be back in the ring now. Whoever don't like it, get in the ring. You know what I mean? Ain't no sense in crying. Oh, I used to have love for YAH'KI. My nigga called me the other day talking past tense to your brother. I used to have love for you. I used to have all this respect for you. I say, dang, what happened? I used to, but right now I'm hurt. I'm hurt. Say, boy, what you aching for? This new shit you want, man. Say, bro, look, it ain't nothing to it. Where are you getting this stuff from? It ain't nothing but to go into the Bible, bro. You open the Bible up real quick and get it done. Man, I'm gonna wait till I finish dusting off their last cat and tell her, like, bro, whenever y'all want to get it, you can get it, man. It's all good. Relax. I ain't saying nothing evil. I ain't over telling you niggas to go kill nothing, to go sacrifice nothing, to curse nothing. I ain't even told you put the Bible. I ain't told you do that. This is your journey. And what people are mad about is we bringing out a higher light, something that's vibrating higher and shining lighter, shining more. Got more light and kick to it. If it was the green eggs and ham book, when none of y'all be losing sleep, y'all foaming at the mouth. Huh? Y'all can't sleep searching for the cool side of the pillow. You lip fumbling, you mealy mouthing, you doing all this madness over some information that you claim was put out by a devil. Just be real, man. Like, dang, it is what it is, bro. Chapter 5, first book of God. The wise shall rule over the foolish, but only to raise them up. Heard that? The wise are not ruling over the foolish for them to forever be in subjection to them. It's to raise them up. All right. The ultimate form of charity is not just to feed someone, but show them how to feed themselves. Now you cooking. Now you cooking with the vortex. You know what I mean? Look at it. The rich shall apportion their riches for the benefit of the city. The poor shall reverence the rich and take counsel from them. Behold, I have given many gifts to my people. The woman to give suck, the very strong man to carry burdens, the wise man to oversee the city, the learned man to explain the ancients, the prophet to hear my voice, the magician to hear the voice of angels, the physician to heal the sick. To every single one I gave good gifts. You should not covet another man's gifts, but be wise in discovering your own and using them for the benefit of the city. Huh? You either a liability or you a benefit. Which one is it? You either a liability or an asset. Neither shall you covet another man's riches, nor anything that is his. What more is a rich man than a watchdog? Do y'all hear this? You over here jealous and you know what I mean? You over here ain't short than yourself. You like, man, I feel like no man. I ain't got no money. I feel like man. We over here tell you man up. Stop being soft. For what more is a rich man than a watchdog? Behold, it is his matter whether he fulfills my commandments. Tripping on counting the next man's pockets. What he got going on is what he got going on. And yeah, you shouldn't be coveting no rich man. What more is a rich man than a watchdog anyway? Hell, the nigga barely can get any sleep. Too rich. Up watching all his investments and he's too rich. One false move and it's over. Look at that. What more is a rich man than a watchdog? Behold, it is his matter whether he fulfills my commandments. According to every man's gift, so do I require of him. So you require what's required of you in righteousness is based off the gift that you have or the gifts you have. According to every man's gift, so do I require of him as to what he can do for the people of his city. To the poor man, my exactions are lighter than a straw on a camel's back. For the ignorant man and for the very young child, I provided the wise and the rich as gods to raise them up. As they minister to them, so do I bless them for their labor. What they do corporally, physically, for the resurrection of those beneath them, so do I answer them in spirit in my resurrections in the heavens. Do y'all hear that? Whatever you do physically for those who may be on a level lower than you concerning the resurrection, so do I answer them in spirit in my resurrection in the heavens. We're supposed to be laboring for one another. So if you see your brother deficient in something and you got it and you got the knowledge to give to me so I can practically apply it, don't be hesitating. Fumble that information. Spill it. Because I need that with me on my journey. And likewise, while we transparent over here, what you need. You shall marry only once. Neither shall you look after any other partner all the days of your life. Ooh, I'm going to keep scrolling. Verse 12, the husband shall be the master of the house, but when he is not present, the wife shall be master. You all want to hear that? She master too. 7 castes I have made for my chosen. The first are the prophets. The second, those who have the highest genealogy. The third, the rabbis and priests. The fourth, the nuns. Isu. The fifth, physicians. The sixth, the rich. And the seventh, the very poor. Each and every caste shall remain by itself. All of them are worthy before me. All of them are worthy before me. All of them are worthy before me. And are equally my children. You should not kill for food to eat anything that breathes the breath of life. What are we talking about here? You see how we connected the Nazarene Gospels and the Nazarene Acts to OSP? You see that? And we gonna show Yahshua and Peter. We show Yahshua in the Nazarene Gospel, and look. Is it a coincidence that Yahshua in the Gospel of the Nazarenes is saying almost word for word the same thing Poe in OSP was saying 6,000 years ago? You think that's a coincidence? You think that's a coinky dink? Or is it that those in different divisions of the earth receive the same transmission, the same higher light codes and transmissions from the Creator through his angel ambassadors or gods, and being inspired by the gods or the sons of the Creator, these men in these different divisions of the earth who never met each other talk the same thing. Is that possible? Absolutely. Absolutely. Other than that, you're going to be running around here thinking somebody stole something from somebody. How about they all never knew each other and they all were followers of the Great Spirit, and the Great Spirit made it so the gods that were over these great men and over these regions could what? Inspire them to do righteousness in the name of the Creator, and that's what they did. Even when it comes down to the food, you should not kill for food to eat anything that breathes the breath of life. You should love to search for your Creator. You shall love to search for your Creator. You shall love to search for your Creator in all things, on and in the earth, in the waters, and in the air above the earth. Bag drop, boy. That's the Essene literature. Because the Essenes teach that the Creator is in everything that has life. Within man, within a leaf, within the grass, within the water, within the elements, everything that has life is of the Creator. You see? And I know this turn the false gods up right now, but that be all right. All right? You should love to search for all that is good in your neighbor, but to excuse all the evil that is in him. You understand? How about we talk about what they doing that's good? How about that? It's so easy to talk about what somebody doing wrong. Believe me, they already know they messing up. That's easy. It's easy to talk about somebody doing wrong. All right. Encourage them by speaking on what they're doing right. That'll encourage them and get them the strength to get up and right their wrongs. Somebody that's doing the wrong already knows. They don't need you to come around them and remind them they doing wrong. They already know it. This is how you supposed to operate. All right. You should love to search for all that is good in your neighbor, but to excuse all the evil that is in him. You should keep the sacred days of your God and cause all your people to rejoice in the delightful creations of your Creator. You ain't heard nothing evil yet for you milly mouth Negroes to think what we reading is evil. You ain't read nothing evil yet. Not being sanctioned by Creator, not one thing. You should obey the prophet of your God and be obedient to the father, Rabbah, the city. Next to these, you should honor your father and your mother and pay reverence to your grandfather and grandmother. Facts. Remember that all men are alike in the house or the temple of your God. For even as death lays the high and the low alike, so is the standing of my people in the house I have built. You should respect the opinions of all men. For even you may be in error. Negro don't want to hear that, boy. Negro do not want to hear he's wrong. YHWH'S teaches to respect the opinions of all men. God forbid you in error too, huh? You should respect the opinions of all men, for even you may be in error. You should speak only a little of yourself. You shall speak only a little of yourself. You shall speak only a little of yourself or of anything that is yours. For all others have a history also. Stop all the capping and side jawing and lip fumbling. Over here bragging on yourself, braggadocious. Nah, speak. You don't both speak little of yourself. Everybody else got a history. Everybody got a war story to tell. Everybody. It's the same story no matter what hood you go in. You shall make yourself compatible to others in all righteousness. Oh, wait. I know. If you get some understanding, give me a 9 up in the chat, family. Bless up. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Wait. Look. All right, we're going to do this next chapter. I kind of want to get through the whole story, but I got a few things I got to do before we go on live with Daryl. We'll be live with Daryl Cosmine in 3 hours. You did. We'll be live with Daryl Cosmine in 3 hours. Make sure y'all come in and support the brother. Brother about to bring some heavy science. And we're realists. That's what we say now. We're not scientists, we're realists. Objective realists. Objective spiritualists, whatever. You know what I mean? Nothing subjective. All right, so then this next chapter is going to the how cities and governments are supposed to be ran. I think it's a beautiful read, actually. All right. Matter of fact, let's read it. I'm going to read this last chapter, and then we're going to go ahead and shut it on down. Right here on Honor and Humility. Right here on Honor and Humility. 3 hours. Matter of fact, I'm going to see if we can simultaneously stream it from the Creative Game page, too. See if we can get that done. Matter of fact, Bronze Yoga, if you in the chat, go ahead and post the Creative Game TV channel. Anybody that got that, post that. Anybody that wants some smoke, go ahead and tap in. It's easy work. We set a debate up and you get your boots smoked real quick. I got some brothers with this. And sisters. We got some sisters that's sharp. Razor sharp. Now let's get it. Chapter 6. First book of God. Shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Yeah. We love y'all too. Bless up. Chapter 6, first book of God, of cities and government. To reinstate the Zarathustrian law. Zarathustra was a prophet that lived before Abraham. Lived about 8,000-9,000 years ago, actually. Not the Zoroaster that you'll Google today. Remember what I told you. And be real prophets that live, real righteous gods that do the bidding of the Creator, and then the false gods are raised up and look for a mortal to inspire, and they'll keep the same names and just change the doctrine. And they do that so they don't have to labor for 1,000 years to come up with a new name. All right. That's why you see Ormaz and Zarathustra and you Thor or Osiris, and you read those names in a wasp and you so shook you close it and say it's other gods being worshipped. No, there's a Osiris, son of the Creator, and then there's Osiris the false. See how that worked? All right. To reinstate the Zarathustra, and this prophet was down with the Creator. All right. To reinstate the Zarathustrian law, the largest city should not exceed 2,000 souls. The largest city ain't supposed to have more than 2,000 people. Wow. And the smallest shall be 10 families, unless they are celibates, in which case a city may be as small as 8 souls, having 1 rabbah priest. The best, highest learned man who shall be a celibate shall be the priest and ruler of the city. And the sins of the people of the city shall be upon his head. But if it is a large city, he may choose 1 or as many as 6 priests to rule with him. And in that case, the sins of the city shall be upon them. When a matter comes up, the priest shall call whom he will to speak on it. And when they have spoken, he shall decree by his highest light. And that shall be the law without repeal, except by himself. It shall be lawful for the governor, who is the chief priest prior to death, to repeal all his laws, so that his successors shall make new laws. For no man shall be bound after death by his own laws, flat out, because he cannot come back and repeal them. But regarding the laws of a governor or a chief priest makes while he rules over a city and over all persons whom he has ruled during his lifetime, he shall be responsible for them, both in this world and the next. For if a priest or governor makes a law of darkness, and his people live by that law, their souls will be in darkness in the next world through his fault. And he shall answer to them in the soul world for what he has done in this. That's why I was talking about slave master ain't got away with nothing, y'all. You either make it right now or in the next world. Right? And for brothers that's out there leading these assemblies, leading these camps, Johanna, Nathaniel, the GOCC record. Hey, look, understand this. If you are wrong, Y'all wrong on a lot. You understand? And the fruit of that is darkness. A lot of darkness. That these same servants of yours, or these same students of yours, or these same disciples of yours, you got to deal with them in the next world. You got to deal with them in the next world. You got to labor in righteousness to raise them up. And all you going to keep hearing is, nah, that ain't what you taught me. So if you know you're teaching something wrong now, I would suggest start correcting it now. You don't want to wait till you cross over to deal with all these hundreds and thousands of souls that was listening to you, and you was wrong. And you was wrong. It's all on you. In cases where the manufacture of copper or iron or other things requires more than 2,000 people, there should be another city with 5 breaths of the first city between them. And the government of the second city shall be like the government of the first. But in no case shall there be more than 4 cities nearby in the same country. Wow. Spread out in Jehovah's kingdom. You shall neither hire nor be hired, either among yourselves or with the king's peoples. Neither shall you have servants nor masters, for all shall be alike servants to the Creator, or masters only. Sin, why inquire? Was it not taught in the Zarathustrian age to respect the caste of men according to the number of their servants, and whether according to their genealogy they were born of parents who had arisen above the servitude for many generations? God said the old law was for the past. And remember, this is about old Chinese laws and Persian laws. You know what I mean? Look at this. The old law was for the past. It was a good law to improve the breed of men for special trades and learning. So now God is explaining why certain laws were allowed in the past, but why they're not applicable now. And that's one of the problems we have as Israelites. We stuck in the past dealing with laws, certain laws that you can't even apply today. And that law has fulfilled its purpose. The physician has found great cures, and he knows all the parts of the flesh and the blood. The miner knows the different kinds of stone, the metals in them, and how to extract them. The farmer knows grounds, their yield, and what they will best bring forth. The spinner and weaver have found the best of fibers for paper and cloth. And so by the Zarathustrian law of caste, it has come to pass that they have perfected these things in all departments, sufficient for the requirement of man. For which reason you shall teach all things to all. Look at this. Look at this. For which reason you shall teach all things to all, and they shall work with their own hands in all industries, remembering that the highest, best, most perfect man is he who can do all things. John Lee inquired, since a man dies in a few years at most, why should he strive to learn things that pertain to the earth? God said, all learning is like a gymnasium to the spirit. That's cold. He said, why are we looking? We only here for a few years, and what's the point? God replied, all learning is like a gymnasium to the spirit. Knowledge is the strength of the soul. You shall teach all things to your sons and daughters, perfecting them in the talents created with them. First, to useful labor. Second, to learning. Third, to music and art and sculpture and painting. Fourth, to mining. And fifth, to perfectness. What does that mean? Seek improvement of all talents and seek perfection in all things. Yeah. So you might as well be the best at it if you're going to be it. Why be subpar? Why be mediocre? Make it make sense. And you shall intersperse labor and learning with recreation. That's another thing. Even that high-raised angels have recreation in the heavens. Here you go, so serious. You don't know how to go outside, take your shoes off and walk in the grass and bathe in that sun. You lost our way, man. You shall intersperse labor and learning with recreation. Enjoy yourself, man. Not only in rites and ceremonies, but in harmless games, as in dancing, racing, and playing. Yeah, enjoy yourself. And for the old as well as the young. Cultivating joyous hearts. So you're supposed to be producing a joyous atmosphere for everybody. cultivating joyous hearts, for these are outspoken words of glory to the Great Spirit. Every governor, priest, and rabbah shall provide for a successor. They shall be chosen according to the light of the council of all highest light. All right, I think chapter 7. How long is 7? Yeah, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do 7 too. It ends at 7. Let's just do 7 too. All right, y'all getting some understanding. Give me a 1 up in the chat. Bless up, family. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Y'all see the title. It's the Creator exclusive to Israel. Meaning it's the Creator only dealing with Israel and all their prophets of other nations. Those questions have both been answered. All right. It's the last chapter dealing with Poe, a prophet, a Japhetic prophet or a prophet of China, who was born during the beginning of the Ark of Speda, 3953 BC. In Japheth, at the same time, Abraham was born in Persia, but was in Northeast Africa. All right. At the same time, Brahma of India, and at the same time, Awata, the great prophet from over here in the Americas, the Algonquin prophet. All these men were born in 4 different divisions of the earth, had the light of the Creator on them, and taught the same exact thing under the administration of the high-raised gods, aka sons of the Creator. See that? You ain't read, and ain't no Chinese prophet. What have we read yet? Have you read anything that Poe said that was satanic or evil? All right. If what we have read so far, if you haven't heard anything evil, satanic, or demonic, give me a 1. If you have, give me a 2. Give me something Poe said or did that was satanic or demonic, and then let us know. All right. But if you ain't heard nothing evil yet, then you just in your feelings. That's it. All right. Now look at this. He Seeing became converted to the doctrines of Poe. Now He Seeing is the governor. You see, Poe discoursing with all them, and guess what? He becomes convinced that what Poe is saying is correct. Yeah. He Seeing became converted to the doctrines of Poe, was taught by God, who was called Tien in those days in that country. God was called Tien in those days and in that country. Now y'all look up Tien and see how Tien is still used amongst the Chinese. Wow. I Sin and He Seeing and Zigo entered into compact to throw off the dominion of Han, and so notified him. Han immediately declared war against them, and he pursued them cruelly, laying waste the great country. Poe and his followers were thus driven toward the south, and on their way they gathered up the faithless of the tribes of HICKMAN. Now it came to pass that Han's success in war was so great that he did not concentrate his armies, but caused them to scatter in different directions. And behold, he went so far that the barbarians fell upon his armies and destroyed them. And Han himself perished by the blow of a barbarian woman. Wow. He was so conceited in warfare, he didn't realize, boy, you spreading yourself thin. Your forces are thin. And it was a barbarian woman that sent that boy them ways. Boy, barbarian woman. Wow. Look at this right here. In the 4th year of Poe's inspiration is what? In the 4th year of Poe's inspiration, he returned and possessed the countries of Fe, Hingadi, and Silav, and he reinstated Asen and He Seeing as governors. I need some images. All right. Look at this. Verse 6. He Seeing called a council of 13 kingdoms of Japheth, of China, and after 70 days of deliberation, He Seeing was made ruler over China, of Japheth, receiving the title King of the Sun. And he established the doctrines of who? Poe, by law, changing the name of all light to Tien, signifying God. And he stopped all persecution against the faithless, and he prohibited idol worship. The same governor that he at first was ready to turn Poe in. Same governor became converted and then to Poe's doctrine and then established Poe as law, his doctrine as law. Stop the persecution of the faithless, prohibited idol worship. If all look, even down to the diet, what you supposed to eat and what you ain't supposed to eat, even down to city administration and everything. Right? So how is this evil? You'll see he taught the same thing Abraham taught, the same thing Brahma taught, the same thing Iwata taught, same thing Yahshua taught, same thing Moses taught, same thing Kepha taught. Yahshua said in the Nazarene Gospels, there are many are his prophets and many are his seers. He is meaning the creator. He also said those of every nation and tribe. Connect that with the Nazarene Gospel, even down to him telling you, you ain't supposed to eat the flesh of any animal. And then we get over here and we see it was a Chinese prophet 6,000 years ago during the time of Abraham that taught the same thing. What is we even talking about here? Could it be you've been in agreement with a false God this whole time, buddy? And the fact that your God can't defeat all this light that's coming out, you start foaming at the mouth and mealy mouth and look at him. Look at him. And Poe traveled east and west, north and south, teaching and displaying miraculous things. Okay. And God was with him at all times and places. Wherever Poe went, he gathered together the chosen, explaining and practicing the commandments of God. 10. And man ceased to worship all idols. And man ceased to worship all idols, gods and saviors, worshiping the Creator only. Ooh-wee, 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 ooh-wee. I know if y'all don't got a WASP, go get that. It's excellent read. Excellent read. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. It's good seeing everybody. We back on in like 3 hours. 2 hours and 50 minutes. We back on. Let me go ahead and pull the flyer back up. My brother Daryl Cosmon will be on in 2 hours and 50 minutes. Hosted by yours truly. All right. Y'all don't want to miss that. Get y'all pen, get y'all pads, get your Samsung notes, Apple notes, whatever you got, and take notes. Bro gonna come with it. Trust me. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick so y'all can see that. All right, my sister, my island sister, bless up. Many blessings to you and your tribe. All right, that's our brother today in about 2 hours and 50 minutes right here on the channel. Honor and humility. Got our brother Daryl Cosmon. Y'all tap in with the king, support our brother. He worked very hard on this presentation. He about to bring it. So y'all go ahead and set that reminder. And I'll see y'all in a few hours. Love and light to every last one of y'all. Love y'all indeed in truth. Create a gang. You bring them, we raise them. And shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Yeah. We love y'all too. Bless up. All right. I'm up out of here. One love, y'all.